I took Cyberpunk 2077 and installed 300 mods to make it better. The environment is now more immersive, police is overhauled, romances are greatly improved, and there is even a new love interest. Car physics are corrected, engaging police car chases are added, combat is more realistic and has new features, parkour is more polished, graphics are improved, and user interface is cleaned up. All mods listed in this video work with each other, and if they don't, I'll give you a heads up. Vehicle combat. To say that Cyberpunk has a bad police system is an understatement of the century. This mod completely overhauls how police works in the game. Now NPCs have to alert the police first for V to be awarded criminal status, police officers use vehicles to arrive in crime scenes, police car chases are added to the game, and max stack is a 4-star response. The mod also adds vehicle combat, but its gun reload animation doesn't work properly, so I usually disable this feature altogether. One of the major things that killed my enjoyment of Cyberpunk is how bland and shallow Night City feels at times. It could be so much better if player had an ability to eat something, interact with environments, or manage character well-being. Solution? Night City interactions. This allows V to sit down and have a drink in nightclubs and restaurants, or to meet up with one of his friends.
Well, what's up, V?
As of right now, the mod is in early stages of development, but in the future, there will be more interactions added in more locations across the entire Night City. For now, I use it alongside immersive food vendors that adds eating animation to all types of food that V can buy from food vendors, and Sit Anywhere allows V to sit on benches, chairs, and couches to pause for a bit and enjoy unique Night City vibe. Playable arcade machines. It simply fleshes out playable arcade machines added to the game in patch 1.6, as there are 3 new minigames available, including Cyber Griffin, Panzer Shooter, and Natris. Speaking of interactive environments, there are hundreds of vendors in the game that stand still doing nothing. Not anymore. With street vendors, almost all of them become interactive. Now, they run newsstands, market stalls, and bars where V can acquire loot-tier weapons, foods, and drinks, which is quite convenient when used together with survival system mods that introduces survival mechanics into the game. As now, V has to sleep, eat, and drink, or he will suffer negative character penalties. With this mod installed, all foods and drinks have assigned weight values and replenish energy, hydration, or satiation, plus the mod comes with a unique UI that helps keeping a better track of current V's status. And since I love more in-depth gameplay, I combined with Wannabe Edgerunner mod that adds a working cyber psychosis mechanic. Basically, this mod adds a new character stat called Humanity that decreases if V has too much cyberware installed or kills too many people recklessly. If Humanity level is too low, then the screen starts flashing red. And when V's humanity level is fully depleted, the screen glitches out and max stack and NCPD forces are deployed. To make humanity a manageable stat, the mod also adds a new item, Neuroblockers, that can temporarily stop cyber psychosis from developing further. Talk to Me, or possibly my favorite mod in this video. It just makes it so NPCs can randomly react to V passing them by.
I like you. Did you know that?
Oh, that's so sweet! I may not even kill you.
I have no reason to live.
Panam Romance Enhanced, also Judy Romance Enhanced, River Romance Enhanced, and Curry Interactions Enhanced. Those 4 mods will work regardless if any of the mentioned characters is romance or not, and they make them act more human, as now they will interact with the environment, eat food when hungry, sleep during the night, and have a routine shower in the early morning. They cost 0 performance, so there is no reason to not install them. Wait, hang on a minute. You've been deleted from Judy's contacts. Wait, what? Phone messages overhaul. Okay, this 2 things. Firstly, it expands phone messages by adding nearly 1000 new convos, messages, romance extensions, and story characters giving V insights on missions or game choices. Secondly, it adds a completely new romanceable character, Bugbear, including interactions with her, messages, and a brand new romance scene.
Hey, never did get the chance to thank you.
In my mind, a good role-playing game is a game where players' decisions have consequences and are reflected in the world. Like in GTA 5, for example, protagonists can manipulate the stock market by killing certain people during missions. I bet you know where this is going.
Hello?
Stock market and news system. It adds a dynamic, fully working stock market to the game where we can trade up to 33 company stocks. It comes with a dynamic news outlets giving player insights on possible market trends, and a very compact and easy to use broker with an ability to buy and sell more than one share. Plus, stock prices may drastically change upon completing missions or by playing the game in a certain way, like hurting too many NPCs causes Drama Team shares to skyrocket, so if V's smart enough, he can rig the market to his advantage. It works symbiotically with E3 smart windows. In essence, this mod adds fully working smart panels in some of these apartments that display information or that can be used to control window shutters. It's fully integrated with stock market mod and adds that extra immersive touch to the world. Make a living, courier. Okay, this is a small mod, but it allows V to complete brand new package delivery missions. In short, they require him to pick up packages from different drop points located randomly on the map and then deliver them to marked destinations for experience points and eddies. I use it alongside Missing Persons mod that adds almost 200 new fetch gigs that require V to find memory shards hidden all over the map. Each of these missions starts with a text message that leads V to a secluded location and ends upon collecting memory shard. By the way, it is incompatible with the messages overhaul. Hidden packages. This pollutes Night City with small collectible packages scattered all over the map, similar to hidden packages from older GTA games. They are hidden nearly everywhere and collecting enough of them grants V some cool prizes. Plus, they give a purpose in exploring Night City and encourage player to parkour everywhere.
Parkour.
When Cyberpunk was released, it was constantly compared to GTA 5, a game known for its good car physics, expanded car customization, and interesting vehicle mechanics. When Cyberpunk itself was...
Summoning cars works pretty much the same as you would summon Roach in The Witcher 3. Your transportation may or may not show up on a roof somewhere, but you know, we're still working on fixing some bugs here and there.
Time to change that. Car Modification Shop. This allows to upgrade all personal vehicles in the game. All it takes is to drive up to the tuning garage where one can upgrade vehicle's engine, suspension, transmission, and tires. It works exceptionally well with Cyber Vehicle Overhaul that makes cars feel heavier, more responsive, and overall nicer to drive, CVO Gear Ratio Rework that reworks cars' gear ratios based on their real-life counterparts, accurate speedometer as it gives all vehicles more realistic sense of speed and makes them more punishing to drive, and realistic car crashes. Which increases vehicles' deformation level after collisions. Here is a vanilla game, and this is what happens when the mod is installed. It also makes it so when NPCs crash into something, they can actually die due to an impact force. Vehicle Customizer. This allows to change appearance of all personal vehicles via in-game menu. It's simple, easy to use, and it gives more customization options, which in my mind are very important in a role-playing game. Okay, isn't it BS that V can't keep stolen cars and bikes? Claim vehicles. This allows V to keep stolen vehicles as his own. Based on character perks, any stolen car and bike has a chance to become his personal. Just notice how the bike I've just used has appeared on their cool vehicle list. Important note, this mod is not compatible with Let There Be Flight mod, so don't mix them together. I recently grew an obsession with Dying Light 2, and it got me thinking how much better Cyberpunk parkour could be. A grappling hook. Well, that could be handy. Grappling hook. It adds a working grappling hook to the game that we can use to climb unbreachable buildings or to stop falling from greater heights. The mod is in early work, so obviously there is no actual grappling hook animation, but according to the author, it may be added in a future update. And speaking of improving parkour, for that I use a trio of more fluid parkour, since it makes parkour smoother as the game now correctly detects objects and makes V use proper animations to climb over them, improved slide as it stops sliding animation from being cancelled by hitting smaller obstacles or going down the stairs, and alternative midair movement that adds an ability to wall jump from vertical surfaces. In essence, if V touches a wall in midair, he can now use it to gain some additional airtime. Cyberpunk had a rough beginning, but out of all issues that the game suffered since its troublesome launch, it's hard to argue that graphics were one of them. In fact, I love Night City. So it's really difficult to improve any of its design, but the game still suffers from weird crowd mechanics and badly optimized LODs. And I have a solution for the first problem, with realistic traffic density. Vanilla Night City feels almost desolated at times, and this mod drastically changes NPC density. Now, the central city feels more like a megalopolis it's supposed to be, there are many more cars using Badlands roads, traffic jams form on highways, and crowds feel almost human. The mod is also real well optimized and works pretty well with ray tracing enabled. And for bad LODs, I use a combination of vanilla billboard LODs, so all billboards look nicer from farther away, improved environment LODs that makes distant environments more detailed and refined, and improved vegetation LODs that improves vegetation all over the map. Just compare how massive the before and after difference is. Mega Buildings enhanced, also No Tell Motel expanded, Lizzie's Bar enhanced, and Edge Runner's location additions. Those 4 mods pollute map with more props, billboards, banners, or just unlock previously removed areas from the game. They cause minimal performance loss, so there is no point in uninstalling them. Weather Probability Rebalance. This isn't a graphic mod per se, but it increases rate at which weather types change in Night City. So there are more frequent fogs, sandstorms, and rainy nights. Clean water. This replaces vanilla water with fresh, blue, and high quality one. All regions on the map are covered. Plus, it works absolutely stunning with ray tracing enabled. Surfaces. This makes the game more beautiful by replacing various different textures with 4K alternatives. It covers walls, buildings, roads, soil, sand, and so on, while high-res texture mods by Xilla Monster upscale many existing textures to native 4K, including props, architecture, signs, tattoos, minimap, and characters. It's not that Cyberpunk has bad combat or anything, but it could be so much better if enemies weren't bullet sponges and the game didn't oversimplify every single of its mechanics. Let me show you, starting with TDO, or Time Dilation Overhaul. This mod completely reworks how Sandevistan operating system works in the game. Depending on the type of Sandevistan installed, you can deflect bullets with katanas and swords, quickly teleport to avoid enemy fire, or unload the whole magazine into enemies in virtually no time. Each Sandevistan has different duration and cooldown time, plus the mod also reworks hacking screen time dilation, allows to slow down time when using vehicles, kinda like what Franklin can do in GTA 5. Drone Companions. It adds another cyberware into the game called TechDeck that allows V to create, spawn, and control personal battle drones. How well does this work in the game? V can spawn 3 drones at once. They can follow behind them around the map, including getting into vehicles, and there's a limited option of controlling them by ordering them to self-destruct or use camouflage. Okay, recon in this game stinks. Being Quick Hack is almost exclusive for netrunners, so any other class has to charge at enemies head first. However, with Nanodrone mod, things are changed. Now V gets access to a new cyberware called Nanodrone, That upon unlocking adds a new way of scanning hostile areas or using quick hacks on unsuspecting enemies. And to make combat feel incredible, I use it in combination of mods, starting with PDO. Or Pad Damage Overhaul. This completely changes combat and implements a new shot point system. In other words, head and body shots make enemies suffer a higher amount of damage, and if enemies are shot in their limbs, they can get staggered or suffer accuracy penalties. SDO. It adds many toggleable tweaks that can make the game easier or harder. Like there's a toggle for adding mini bosses to the game when fighting gangs, making the final boss fight actually difficult, or enabling special and rare enemy types. Silent silencers and throwing knives, as it makes enemies not detect V automatically when they are shot but not killed with a silenced weapon. Better throwing knives, as it simply allows to use throwing knives without needing to pick them up after every single throw. Zoomable scopes, as it allows to zoom in more when using scopes. And more blood splatters, that's what the name suggests, it just adds more gore to the game. Okay, user interface is a touchy subject, but personally I like a clean, minimalistic UI, and to achieve that in Cyberpunk, I use Circle Minimap Redux that makes Minimap have a circular shape. It kind of reminds me of Minimap from Witcher 3 and all the Rockstar games. Although it disables minimap navigation, so it must be used alongside in-world navigation mods. Fallout 4 HUD because it cleans up the UI, and HUDitor, that is a very interesting mod. Upon clicking on Shift+B, it pauses the game and allows to resize, move, and hide each UI element individually. Saved UI preset carries across saves. And that's it. A list of mods that overhaul Cyberpunk mechanics, makes them more immersive, and improves its graphics. A full list of mods I use, including ones that weren't shown in the video, like frameworks, mod menus, battery replacers, animations, QL mods, and everything else is in the video description. Roll the credits.
It really was such a bad plan, 'cause I really think